Greetings all, FerrariMan601 here. We're returning to F1 2017. Today we've got another classic race in store for ourselves. We are at Interlagos and we are driving the McLaren MP4 Here in 1991, Ayrton Senna was able to win the Brazilian Grand Prix, stuck in 5th gear for a lot of the time. The weather was atrocious that day, the car was failing him. It took nearly superhuman effort from Senna to be able to win that race. However, that is exactly what he managed to do. Today, that's probably not what's going to happen, considering we are in a mixed class field of classic cars going all the way up to 2010. I believe we've got the RB6 in here, so no, the 4.6 is not going to be able to compete with them. However, I don't know if we're going to finish last today, but the first part of the story has to be written right now. One-shot qualifying coming at us right now. I do have to say, though, before everybody starts screaming at me in the comments section, I am driving this car as if it were a sequential, as in I am not using the traditional H-pattern shifting. Why? Because I can't get this game to recognize my clutch pedal. For some unknown reason, F1 2017 is not recognizing the Thrustmaster clutch pedal, ergo I can't use it. So I'm using the paddles here. Crucify me if you must. At least I'm being honest with you. To the end of Sector 1. The time is not good relative to pole position. However, what is it relative to the other 4.6 as well as the MP4s we've got in the field? Because they are our direct competition. If we can outclass them, I will be satisfied with our effort. A little bit of squirreliness there from the rear end coming into the start of Sector 3. The time is certainly not good, I'll tell you that much. And the pole position time has been set by the F2004, so we're not going to even come anywhere near approaching that. However, the lap time is a 1:19.046. That is good for P5 in class. That's not too bad. That means we've out-qualified some other cars. So, all right. I'll take that. Where do we line up?
Set then, so that just leaves the race itself.
Okay.
Join us tomorrow, where we'll be live with all the action. And until then, it's goodbye.
That's not so bad, I must say. We've out-qualified both of the Ferrari 412s, the other MP4 and both of the MP4 so all right. Maybe we're on for a somewhat better result than I was thinking. Williams FW14B at the front of the field, followed by both of the FW18s, and then the second FW14 following them. So, really, the Williams cars, which are far superior to this McLaren, are ahead of us. So, all right, that's okay. Looking at the overall results, though, of course, the F2004 in pole position. Look at that, the RB6, 3/4 of a second behind the F2004. That's something. That RB6 is not a slow car, but there you go. The other F2004 behind the RB6, then the F2002, then the second RB6, then the second F2002. And this is interesting. Both of the MP423s slower than the RB6s as well as the F2002s and F2004s. That's something. The R26, though, slower than the 423, as we've been seeing in these races, and then we get into Class 2 with the 14Bs, the FW18s, and then me in the 4.6. So, we'll see what happens next. Welcome to the grid at Interlagos. The weather is calm and sunny, and it shall remain so for the duration of today's 25% race. We've got ourselves 18 laps here at the wonderfully twisty Interlagos circuit. It's a short lap here. It's one of my favorite circuits on the calendar. Let's see how we get on in this MP4 Let's go. As always, the formation lap about to get underway here. Burnout off the line.
Launch map is good, but we need to learn the gears, so go into each one when you can. We're gonna
Launch
need to
map?
work on the brakes, so put some energy into them, and warm the tires as well, please.
There is no launch map in this car. No, nor is there any gear learning in this car. It's a manual gearbox. Unless you mean that the driver's got to learn what position the stick's got to be in for any given gear. That's the only gear learning that occurs in a car like this. brakes. We'll start working the tires. I do have to say the detail in this car looks really, really nice. It certainly rivals ASR's rendition of the MP4-6 in Assetto Corsa. However, the sounds leave a lot to be desired, as overall do the driving dynamics. Again, we're not talking about a sim here. We're talking about a reasonably accurate arcade game. So, all right, it's reasonable for what this game is, but it's still no sim. Although I do like the modeling work that they've done here. And I really like the mirrors as well. You can see the rear of the car in the mirrors. I like that a lot. To mix 3 for the race start. And we form up on the grid. P15 overall, P5 in class. Let's see how we get on through the precarious turn 1. Up on the grid, FW14 alongside us. That was an odd sound coming from the game there as everyone sat on the grid. Bring the revs up, and off we go. Short shift into second, try to control that wheel spin. Not the best start. I am in a sandwich here. Lost a couple positions off the start, but we're on the inside despite being hit somewhat there. All right, some front wing damage. It's minor. Probably just the end fence is somewhat damaged. All right, so down 3 spots.
Be easy on the car till we get it repaired. We don't want to risk making this worse.
All right, let's see if we can pick off these Ferraris. We were quicker than them in qualifying. I think they should be fairly easy prey for us. Being reasonably cautious here on this opening lap. Working the tires through the last phase of the warm-up, trying to pick up the Ferrari. We overdid it a little bit, but I think we have held that position, and we have. Fuel delta is plus 4.67. Got a lot of extra fuel on board here. Anticipating fuel consumption to be quite high. Lock up into turn 1, no real problem. The other MP4-6 directly ahead of us. Should be gaining on him marginally corner by corner. At least that's the plan. To say, this is the first manual car that we've looked at in this game, and the gear change animations are bad. They really are. Nobody changes gear that quickly from the beginning of the arm movement off of the steering wheel through the gear change and then the return of the arm to the steering wheel. That's happening in what, half a second? No, that just doesn't happen. Shifting animations in games is it's pretty bad to begin with most of the time, but this is particularly cringeworthy. That's move done on the other MP4-6. We're back in P6 in class. Just that one Ferrari ahead of us to dispose of, and then we will return to where we were. Did not get the best start. Lock there, lots of understeer. Again, I'm pretty sure that's down to the physics in this game. Because the tires are well up to temperature and I've dialed some rake into the car, so it should be pointier than that. Alas, it is not. I have got my sights set on P15. Ferrari should have a bit more speed in a straight line than we do, and it does appear indeed to have said speed. Just trying to take a preliminary look into turn 1. Gained a lot of ground on him there. However, he will draw away now with his superior horsepower. Fuel delta plus 3.97. Here's where we should have a little bit of an advantage on him. Slipstream effects as well. Yeah, braking, probably not. We're gonna try. That's dangerous. And we somehow made that work. I won't ask too many questions. We'll lock up there on the right front, no big deal. Right, about to start lap 5 of 18. Let's take stock of where we are. Slight front wing damage. Tires look fine. Biases in terms of wear to the front slightly. Engine is healthy. Tire temps are nominal. Brake temps are nominal. And in terms of wear rates, everything at 0. Fuel delta is plus 3.7. I have got no complaints. I see no need to dive into the pits for anything. I think we are gaining slightly on the Williams in front. I believe that is an FW18 and an FW14. Indeed they are. FW14 is first in our sights. We're gaining a lot on these two guys. I think we might be able to challenge them. That is not at all realistic as far as I'm concerned. Of course, they are slipstreaming off of each other, so they'll be a bit faster in a straight line. They're faster in a straight line than we are regardless. However, we do manage to close the gap a lot under braking. Revving this Honda V12 out to about 14.6. I think that is a little high. We're just able to eat up in this middle sector. It's almost comical. Those two cars should be much better than we are through the twisty stuff. Can we start to take advantage of any sort of slipstream effect? Maybe slightly. They continue to draw away from us, though. The FW14 going for a move. This could end in tears. Let's hang back slightly. I think there was slight contact between those two cars. Look at this run. Negate all of it.
They're slowing down. It seems like there's some kind of problem with their car.
Trying a 2-for-1. Yeah, a 2-for-1. How about that? right. I was not anticipating getting past both of those guys in the same corner, but I'll take it. Again, I won't ask too many questions. Now, can we hold them behind is the next matter that we have to contend with, because we saw that they were faster in a straight line. They're both close enough to get a slipstream on me if they want to. At least we don't have to worry about the farce that is DRS. See what the gaps are as we cross the line. Gap sitting at 0.6. Fuel delta is plus 2.7. Everything feels fine. We have not planned any pit stops. So we are still okay as far as going to the end of the race is concerned. Tires starting to go off a little bit on the front. Still well within limits. The only problem with the car is that slight damage on the right-hand side of the front wing. It's not really affecting us too badly. All I know is there's a big problem when a car that is 26 years old revs higher than a modern car. Just saying.
To the car in front is 11.0 seconds.
All right, we've got 11 seconds to the second FW18 in front of us. Can we do anything to bring that gap down? If we can't do anything about that gap, I think we are basically just going to hold station where we are. We're running P3 in class, so that's respectable. Gap there is 11.1, so it's gone up slightly. That's very wide, but no harm, no foul. Gap is 11.9 now, so we're losing ground to the guy in front. I don't see any way that we can catch him unless he gets a problem. Some blue flags being displayed already for us. The leaders are coming through, I am led to believe. Probably will get a blue flag down the infield straight here after the S. And there we go, blue flags. Let them through when I can. And it's the F2004, surprise, surprise. And that puts us a lap down, so you can deduct one lap from the total. More blue flags in the twisty section, just where I didn't want to get caught up. That RB6 is behind us. Go through. Thank you. Here is engine, that's cool. Temperatures are nominal. Wear rate 1% on the gearbox. Would be cool if you could get more component failures in these classic cars. But so far I have not experienced any. F2004 behind us, I believe. Trying to let you through. Nice V10 soundtrack as he leaves us in his dust. We've got the FW14B filling up our mirrors. So we are racing the guy immediately behind. We must hold him back at all costs and do not want to give up this position.
We're not racing the car behind. Let them past when you can.
How close is the blue flag E versus the guy I am racing, because I don't want to give 2 spots up here. Go through wherever you are. All right, F2002.
Blue flag, blue flag.
I see you, I see you. Come by. Right. Could have done that a little bit more quickly. I lost all my advantage that I got through the first sector. Actually reasonably able to hang with the F2002s through Sector 2. That's a little frightening. The other RB6 now coming up on us. Try to let him through on the straight, if it'll let me, or right now. All right, for us, working lap 13 of 18. The leader's working lap 14. So as it stands right now, we will complete 17 laps.
Gap to car in front is 16.7 seconds.
Lost all kinds of time to the guy in front. No chance of us competing with him unless he somehow drops out. We've already once been the recipient of other drivers' misfortune in one of these classic races when I was driving the RB6. The F2004 had a puncture. We were gifted the win, otherwise there was no way we were going to be able to win that race. No such luck today. Let you through on the straight. Where is the guy behind me? I see the FW14 behind, and I don't see anybody else. I see a 423 well back. I don't want to get a black flag here for ignoring blue flags. But at the same time, you have to be in a position to overtake. There you go. Any more blue flags.
Flag conditions create a gap and let the car behind through.
Taylor 423.
We have 5 laps of fuel remaining.
5 laps of fuel to go, and roughly 3 laps of racing remain for us. Fuel is not a concern. Delta is +1 exactly. most of our tire wear, surprisingly, on the front axle, or maybe not so surprisingly. I did set the car up to be pointy. 42% on the right front, 38 on the left front. Those of you who are about to... Those of you who are... Come on, stop talking. Those of you who are about to start writing comments about how many lockups I'm having in the big braking zones, yeah, that's true. Be advised, I've been running nothing but a Assetto Corsa for the last few days, so I've almost entirely lost the feel for the very vague brakes here in F1 2017, so that's to be expected. The R26 is coming up on us. Pull off and let him through. Let him through. Come on, go through. Thank you. Working lap 16 of 18. We should have one lap left. Basically expecting the checkered flag for the race winner to come up any time.
There's 3 laps of fuel remaining.
3 laps of fuel from the engineer. 0.44 is the delta. In the positive direction, that is. Of course, we will not be running for all 18 laps. So far, not really a challenge from the 14B behind us. I am somewhat surprised by that. I'm also somewhat surprised by the fact that we were able to pass him at all. This is our last lap. Expecting the race to be won by that number 1 F2004 anytime now. And there it is. And she sets fastest lap on the last lap. In true F2004 fashion. How about that? We're very nearly 2 laps down. But looking at the relative performance figures in these classic cars, that is about where we could expect to be. We have outclassed both of the 4.4s. We've outclassed the other 4.6. And for the moment, we have outclassed, pretty sure, both of the FW14s. One last burst at full power to the line. P3 in class is ours, for sure. P13 overall, not bad at all.
All right, race over. Take care of the car on the way in.
Here come our winning drivers then, out onto the podium at the end of a thrilling Grand Prix. The drama and excitement are over. And
Of course, the podium only for the overall finishers, so even though I'm P3 in class, you don't see me on the podium. Oh well.
That's
and
it
the
for
overall
today's Grand
results.
Prix, and from Antonai, it's goodbye, and see you again next time.
First off, the Class 2 results. So, alright, we did not pass both of the 14Bs. It was one of the 14Bs that took the class win, followed by one of the FW18s. But P3 for us, we are ahead of one 14B, one FW18, both of the Ferrari 412s, the other 46, and both of the 44s. So, alright. That's reasonable. That's about where this car should be. Actually, I think it's a bit higher up than it should be because in actuality, I do not believe that the 4.6 would be faster than the 14Bs or the FW18s, potentially the 412s, but even them, not really. So really, we should probably be down in P7, P8, but regardless, that's where we are. I will take it. The overall results here, the F2004 beats the RB6, and then the second F2004, both of the F2002s in P4 and 5. The second RB6 in P6, not a great day for him. Both of the MP4 23s, 7 and 8, and then both of the R26s, 9 and 10 for Class 1. So, alright, reasonable outcome here, a little bit better than I was anticipating, actually. In terms of how Cody's have done with the MP46, they've done the modeling really nicely. The sounds, yeah, not so much. Doesn't really sound very much like that 3.5-liter Honda V12 from 1991. That thing just sounds absolutely satanic. This doesn't. This sounds very tame. This sounds like a vacuum cleaner with a slightly burned out motor. However, aside from that, reasonably fun to drive. I would really like it if I could get proper manual shifting working, but it doesn't appear that this game can recognize Thrustmaster clutch pedals for whatever reason, so be that as it may, running the paddles here, it is what it is. All the other cars in this game, for the most part, you run with the paddle, so I guess it kind of makes sense, but regardless, that's what we've got here today from Interlagos, another classic race here in F1 2017. Hope you enjoyed it. Thank you all for your continued engagement and your continued support. Ferrari Man 601 saying thanks, and we will see you soon.